Collateralized debt obligations are complex financial instruments that were popular in the years leading up to the 2008 financial crisis. In this video, we will explore what CDOs are, how they work, and the role they played in the financial crisis. Collateralized debt obligation is a financial instrument that combines a huge pool of debt securities, like mortgages, corporate loans, or bonds, into a single security that is then sold to investors. The debt securities in a CDO are typically divided into different tranches, each with a different level of risk and return. The tranches of a CDO are typically structured so that the highest rated tranche, known as the senior tranche, has the lowest risk and the lowest return. The lower rated tranches, known as the mezzanine and equity tranches, have higher risk and higher returns. The payments made on the underlying debt securities are used to pay the investors in the different tranches of the CDO. How collateralized debt obligations work. CDOs are typically created by investment banks or other financial institutions. The issuer of the CDO purchases a large pool of debt securities, such as mortgages or corporate loans, and packages them into tranches that are then sold to investors. Investors in a CDO receive payments based on the performance of the underlying debt securities. If the underlying securities perform well, investors in the senior tranche receive their payments first, followed by the investors in the mezzanine and equity tranches. If the underlying securities perform poorly, the investors in the lower-rated tranches may not receive any payments at all. Collateralized debt obligations are considered to be high-risk investments because they are often made up of lower-quality debt securities, such as subprime mortgages, that are more likely to default. During the 2008 financial crisis, many CDOs were backed by subprime mortgages, which contributed to the collapse of the housing market and the broader financial crisis. Another risk associated with CDOs is their complexity. Because they are made up of multiple tranches of debt securities with different levels of risk, they can be difficult to value and understand. This can make it difficult for investors to accurately assess the risks associated with investing in a CDO. Collateralized debt obligations played a significant role in the 2008 financial crisis. Many CDOs were backed by subprime mortgages, which were bundled together and sold to investors as highly rated securities. When the housing market collapsed and subprime mortgages began to default, the value of these securities plummeted, causing significant losses for investors and contributing to the broader financial crisis. Another issue with CDOs was the lack of transparency in the market. Many CDOs were highly complex and difficult to value, making it difficult for investors to understand the risks associated with them. This lack of transparency contributed to the instability in the financial markets during the crisis. Collateralized debt obligations are complex financial instruments that played a significant role in the 2008 financial crisis. While they can provide diversification and potentially higher returns for investors, they are not without risks. The complexity of CDOs and the lower quality debt securities they are often made up of make them difficult to value and understand, which can contribute to market instability. It is important for investors to carefully evaluate the risks associated with CDOs before investing in them, and for regulators to ensure that the market for CDOs is transparent and well regulated.